It was the first year of the apocalypse. Every human on Earth had been infected by a strange bacterium, one that lay dormant until they looked up at the moonlight. The second moonlight touched their eyes, a bizarre hormone would surge through their bodies. Their moods would turn violently erratic, their immune systems would collapse, and black fur would start sprouting across their skin. To uncover the truth behind the virus, scientists built a specialized base, a place to gather all infected people for experiments. For safety, they installed reinforced cages. But could those cages really hold humans who'd mutated into something else? The test subjects had no idea what they were walking into. They'd only heard there was a cure, so they'd come hoping to be healed. But the moment they stepped inside, they were stunned. Not only were they locked in heavy-duty cages, but iron collars were clamped around their necks, too. Soon after, scientists in full protective gear arrived to run thorough scans on each of them. This cure, meant to save humanity, required extreme caution. Before the experiment could begin, they first had to collect blood serum from every subject. Once everything was ready, a scientist held up the experimental cure and dripped it into each person's eyes. As soon as this solution enters your eyes, he said, you'll no longer fear the moonlight. But then a woman burst into tears. She'd thought the experiment would be over quickly, she had no idea this was only the start. A few minutes later, a mechanical door above them slid open, and moonlight poured down onto all the test subjects. To everyone's shock, nothing changed. The scientist's cure had worked. Relief washed over the room, and smiles broke out everywhere. But was it really that simple? The lead doctor immediately ordered the team to start mass-producing the cure. Yet just as hope took hold, the scientists made a devastating discovery. When the cure fused with the body, it didn't fully integrate. There was a risk of rejection. In other words, the cure would only work temporarily. As the room reeled from the news, the test subjects suddenly began to change. A searing, tearing sensation rippled through their bodies, their limbs twisted uncontrollably, and fur started bursting from their arms. That's when the scientists realized their mistake. The overhead door had never closed. By then, it was far too late. The staff scrambled to flee in a panic, but the test subjects had already fully mutated. Their bodies swelled, their weight multiplying by 10 in an instant, as they transformed from humans into werewolves. And this was only the beginning of an unspeakable disaster.